Hi, and welcome to another video from Raw and Uncut Management. Why did I choose this? Because I just wanted to express certain things. I'm not going to give an opinion, just express certain things. And just how it is, unedited, no fancy kind of gadgets or lyrics or special effects, just me. And you can agree or you can disagree. This one today, I'd like to talk about the global protests. If you look in the news every day, and I just really came across this today, that I was watching Al Jazeera network from Doha, Qatar, in the Middle East. I find it, firstly, a very good news station because it just gives you the information and it doesn't go like CNN, like I hate Donald Trump, or even BBC that can be sometimes a little bit biased, or even nowadays some incorrect information. But can you see? And I just feel a sort of difference happening in the world, that there are more protests going on. I've written some notes down here, so if you don't mind, I just want to write them down. Firstly, we have what's happening in Hong Kong. This has been going on since the beginning of July, so July, August, September, October, like 4 months now. And it's all about, sort of, first of all, the extradition law, about Carrie Lam, the leader, and independence from China. It's like the people are speaking and they're doing it by numbers. And I think a lot of people are just tired of governments just ignoring the people and just benefiting for themselves. Agree or disagree, but something is sort of happening worldwide. For example, look in Chile. There's another example. You can see some pictures on the screen of which I just dragged off the internet related to some of this. Look what's happening in the UK with Brexit and Boris Johnson. The deadline is meant to be for a Brexit on the 31st of October, which is actually this Thursday coming up. If I give you the date today, sorry, it's the 27th, which is a Sunday. That's happening, but nothing seems to happen. Yeah, the people chose Brexit, and it takes 4 years for nothing to happen. 3 or 4 years for nothing to happen, and still to be arguing. And the thing is, who is paying for it? It's not Johnson himself. It's not the ministers of parliament or members of parliament. Yeah, it's the taxpayers. Thank God I'm retired, and thank God I don't live in the UK. What's happening in Argentina is another one. Yeah? What's happening in the Lebanon? Yeah? The government increased fuel prices, and it's been like that for years. Why suddenly change? Yeah? Why break promises? Yeah? You're going to have this kind of problem. What's happening in Iraq as well, and how governments deal with the situation with bringing in the armed forces and water cannons and tear gas. It should be put to a table and discussed properly, like adults. It's like, sort of like, can I say, children. That children don't get what they want and they cry and cry and cry. And the government is the parents and they just don't listen. So you can see that not just these countries, but other countries around the world, the people are starting to protest. And it seems to, especially this year, 2019, going to get, it seems to get more protests happening in the world. Agree or disagree? I'm retired. I live in a very peaceful country and I don't have any problems related to my situation in life, but that's one in 7.4 or 5 billion people, is a very tiny percentage. So, what is your opinion? What is happening? Why it's happening? Why don't the government sort of like do something about it instead of just fighting it? What happens in America about that's what's his name? Donald Trump became president, and for the last like 3 years, now close to 4 years now, all they try to do is impeach him or whatever, when he has done some good. Agree or disagree? That's entirely up to you. But there are some things on the positive side, to end this little video, that the governments have listened. So in Taiwan, the island of Taiwan, the Republic of Taiwan, whatever you want to call it, whatever political situation you believe in, that's up to you. But they've legalized a same sex marriage. Well done. Congratulations. That's what the people want. That's what you're giving them. What's happened, I saw in the news today, that's in the Amazon in Brazil or in that area, they now have married Catholic priests because there's a need for priests in the Amazon, in places like around Manaus, if you've ever been to it, if you've ever gone up the Amazon River or down the Amazon River, whatever you like to call it. So in that case, smaller things are happening, but the bigger things, and I really think that's people need to start listening to each other and not fighting each other, because we all want to be successful in life. We all want to have a happy, peaceful life. I don't think anyone really wants to fight and do violence and whatever and protest. But if nothing happens and it's inconvenient to your life, like in England, the taxes are ridiculously high. I couldn't afford to live there. Excuse me. That's my sort of, can I say, anger coming out through a cough. So, what is the future? I think we're going to see more protests around the world when things don't go right. And I think more people in higher power are going to grant certain little things, but sort of big things are not going to happen. It's just going to, the usual situation is they're going to protest for a couple of weeks, it's all going to disappear, and people get on with their lives because people can't afford to protest, to take time off work. But Hong Kong is a very different story that has been going on for 16, 17 weeks now. And again, I hope there is some kind of solution, but it doesn't involve this conflict between the people and the authorities or the people in power. It needs to be discussed. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I don't normally do kind of serious things. I do things more which is happening here in Cambodia, some lighter hearted things. I do videos about cats, I do things about related to IELTS training, videos from around the world, like in Thailand, for example, some traveler tips. But I just saw this on the news today, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7 different protests all happening in the world. So this year seems to, compared to any other year throughout my lifetime, I'm 51 years old, seems to be more so than ever. And I feel that a change is going to come, and this change has to come because it feels like the people are not happy. Let's get it sorted, one way or the other. Have a happy Sunday is today. Have a happy day, whatever you do. Sorry to be a little bit looming and dooming over this, but I just thought I'll express my point of view. I would ask you the usual kind of things from a YouTuber to you watching is to share, to comment, to like, whatever. Express your opinion. Be open, but please keep the language polite and use it in the correct manner so other people can comment on your comment as well. I have an open forum and I don't delete anything. You can say you hate me. It doesn't bother me. Yeah? It's just expression. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Be good to each other. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.